Hello students, I welcome you all to this session of online learning, and before I start today's session, I just wanted to tell a few things with you all which I feel is important. So in this hour, it is a difficult time for all of us, even more difficult for you all as students, as because we are not accustomed to this type of learning. So this situation has forced us to switch over to another type of learning. Generally, we are accustomed to learning in a classroom where the teacher and the student interacts with each other, and you might be facing other difficulties such as there may be mobile network problem, and there may be some of you might not be having smartphones. Even it will be difficult for you all, hard for you all to even recharge your mobile phones. So in spite of all those difficulties, keeping the odds aside, we need to keep on striving and keep this learning process continuous. Another important thing is that we need to do whatever things we used to do before this lockdown period, so that we remain in touch. Like first important for you all is to keep on learning. So why I am telling you this is because if you are out of touch of anything, the things that we used to do, that things we do every day, if you are not in touch with those things, then there is every possibility that we may tend to forget those things. Okay, so that is why we need to keep on learning and keep this process of continuous and keep on striving. So upon that baseline, we will start today's session. Myself, Yogendra Mani Chhetri, assistant teacher, Don Bulaya Secondary School, Darjeeling. So today's session, I am starting with this subject auditing, and the topic for today is branches of auditing, as you all can see. So in this class 12 syllabus, the branches of auditing, this is the first chapter of auditing, which covers a total of 15 marks. Now before we start what are the branches of auditing, I just want to take you all back to class 11, where you all had learned the introductory chapters of auditing. So as you all can see, meaning of auditing, the word audit has been derived from the Latin word audiere, which literally means to hear. And auditing refers, if I read out this simple meaning, auditing refers to a systematic and independent examination of books, accounts, documents and vouchers of an organization to ascertain how far the financial statements present a true and fair view of the concern. So in a simple manner, what is the basic meaning of auditing would be? It means the checking of all the records that the accountant has prepared. As the year ends, after the end of the financial year, what does an auditor do? He checks all those books of accounts, whether it be a cash book, whether it be a register, a journal, vouchers. So documents which are called books of account, the checking and the verifying of all those documents is basically the meaning of auditing. Now let us come back to class 12 syllabus, where we will be doing the different types of audit. So as you all can see in your syllabus, the different types of audit, it has been categorized into 4 different types: cost audit, management audit, performance audit and social audit. So first and foremost, we will be covering the first type of audit, that is cost audit. So now, as you all can see, before I read this paragraph, the meaning of cost audit, which is shown in this board, I again want to take you all back to class 11, where you all had learned the subject called costing. So, what does costing mean? It is nothing but the process of finding the cost of production of a unit, and how to achieve that, how to find out that cost of production, so that the cost of production becomes minimum. So, that is what cost auditing is. Now, you all had learned in class 11 how to find the prime cost, how to segregate the fixed cost and the variable cost from the total cost, how to prepare statements like FIFO, first in first out, and LIFO, last in first out. So, these are all the cost accounting records, the cost accounting books of accounts. Now, cost audit is nothing but the auditing of all these books of account, the books of account that we narrated just now, like the statements like LIFO, FIFO, how to find the prime cost. The auditing of all these cost accounting records is what cost auditing is. As you can see, cost audit refers to a thorough examination of cost accounting records of the company by a cost auditor to ensure that they are accurate and follow the cost accounting principles, procedures and plans. Let us come to this line where it says that to ensure that they are accurate and follow the cost accounting principles. So, when we are doing auditing, we can't just simply do on our own. So, there are certain rules, there are certain regulations, there are certain underlying principles which needs to be followed. So, according to those plans, according to those principles, according to those rules, a cost auditor does the cost accounting. The basic meaning is that cost audit is the specific application of accounting principles and procedures in the field of cost accounting. Now, let us come to the objectives, the basic aim of doing cost audit. Number one objective, verifying the accounting entries relating to cost records. So, the cost auditor has to see whether the entries that have been recorded, those are correct or not, to find out whether the cost records have been properly maintained. So, again the cost auditor needs to see and verify whether the records that have been recorded by the accountant or the person who is dealing with all those books of account, whether he or she has recorded it in a proper manner. Number 3, to verify whether the cost accounting principles are complied with. So, as I said earlier that there are certain underlying principles of auditing which needs to be followed. So, we have to see that those accounting principles are followed while the records have been maintained. To find out the efficiency and inefficiency of handling of material, labor and other expenses in order to reduce wastage of materials and losses. So, what does this mean? This number 4 point means, it means that at the start we said that cost auditing is where the cost of production, the main aim should be to minimize the cost of production. It should be minimum. So, if there are wastages, then obviously the cost of production will be high. So, what is the main objective? You can say the major objective of cost audit would be to eliminate wastages. Only by elimination of wastages the cost of production can be minimum. Number 4 is the overall objective of auditing, which says to detect errors and frauds. Now, let us come to the advantages of cost audit. So, as you can see, what have we done is we have segregated the advantages it provides to the different stakeholders. Here the stakeholders that we have divided the stakeholders into 4 different stakeholders. Those are to the management, the shareholders, the society and the government. Let us talk about the advantages that it provides to the management. So, cost audit ensures reliable data is provided to the management for manager decision making. So, you all know that the management is the overall person who is in charge of any entity of any concern. So, for them it is important that to take important decisions, and for that they need reliable data. So, number one point states that reliable data is to be provided to the management so that they can take important decisions and decisions which are fruitful to the company in the near future. Next is cost audit helps management to regulate production. To regulate production means the production process should not be stopped, it should be continuous. So, only by providing reliable data, only by keeping the channels of production continuous, we can regulate production. Cost audit helps in comparing actual results with budgeted results. So, what do you mean by this? It simply means, like, suppose if I have a plan to produce 1000 units, and that would be my budgeted, that would be my aim. But at the end of the day, I managed to produce only 80 units. So, the under deficit production of 20 units. So, there I have what is the reason and why have I under produced 20 units. So, cost audit, what does it show? It shows us the areas that where I have made this under deficit production, and it also in the near future it also tells us the areas, the measures to be taken so that my actual results be at par with the budgeted results. Next, let us come to the advantages that it provides to the shareholders. So, you all know that shareholders are the owners of the company. The cost audit enables shareholders to determine whether or not they are getting a fair return on their investments. So, obviously, when the shareholders are making an investment, they desire a fair return on their investment. And what does cost audit do? Cost audit shows the shareholders that whether they are getting fair return on their investment or not. Otherwise, what happens? There might be a doubt among the minds of the shareholders that no, I am not getting the share of my investment, I am not getting the right proportion of the share of my investment. So, it clears all those doubts of the shareholders. Cost audit ensures a true picture of the company's state of affairs. It gives the real picture, not the as per the desire of the management, the picture that is created. Sometimes what happens is, you know about window dressing. So, what does window dressing, what is the meaning of window dressing? To show a falsely implicated facts and figures. So, what does the cost audit do? It shows the real picture. It reveals whether the resources like plant and machinery are being properly utilized or not. So, this is an important line out there. It reveals whether the resources like plant and machinery are being properly utilized or not. Say, for example, I can give you an example. Say, suppose for example, I purchase a machinery in very high price. I purchase a machinery for a very high price, and actually it is of no use. So, what shows there? It shows that the money is blocked and there is a wastage of my investment. So, it shows that whether the purchases that I have made, whether whatever investments in any equipments or things like that I have made, whether it is giving the desired output or not. Now, let us come to the advantages it provides to the society. Cost audit tells the true cost of production. So, obviously, when cost audit reveals the facts and figures about the cost of production, it shows on how much cost one unit is produced. So, after doing that, what will happen is, from this the consumer knows whether the market price of the article is fair or not. Say, for example, if I have produced a thing for 5 rupees and I am keeping the market price 10 rupees. So, that would be a huge, my margin of profit would be almost double. So, what happens is, the consumers, they will be able to know through cost audit that whether the margin of profit the seller is keeping is realistic or not. Cost audit improves the efficiency of industrial units and thereby assists in economic progress of the nation. So, as you all know, industries are the main backbone of a nation for building its economy. So, when the cost audit improves the efficiency of the industrial units, in a way it is improving the economy of the nation. Now, the last part, the advantages it provides to the government. Cost audit assists the tariff board whether tariff protection should be extended to a particular industry or not. So, what is the meaning? Tariff board means like customs duty, like export import charges, things like that. So, in order for a industry to survive, if a government wants to give preference to a local manufacturer or a local producer, then what does the government do? They provide subsidies to those industries, and for that they will be able to compete with the foreign competitors and survive in the long run. So, that is what cost audit helps to ascertain whether any particular industry should be given any subsidy in order to develop that industry. So, that is what I just said just now. The government gives subsidies to those industries so that those industries can survive in the long run and compete against the external competitors or the foreign competitors. So, now we will come to the disadvantages of cost audit. There is not much to discuss about the disadvantages. I will just read out. Accountants cannot estimate price of assets at current values. So, as you all know, in accounting we follow the historical concept and we provide depreciation. So, what happens is the accountants may not be able to take out the exact price or the current price of the assets. Number 2, manipulation in accounts still exists. So, even though we find out different measures, even though we try to bring out the transparency in finding out the actual cost of production and minimizing the cost of production, but then still manipulations still exist in the accounts. Accounting procedures vary from business to business, and thus there is no fixed standard available before the auditor while conducting cost audit. So, it means that the nature of the business, it depends upon the nature, the type of accounting, the type of auditing we do, it depends upon the nature of the business. The business may vary from the nature of the business may vary from business to business. So, it is not fixed. The technique that we put it into is not fixed, and so that is where the problem lies. So, before the auditor while conducting cost audit, there is no fixed standard available before the auditor while conducting cost audit. So, we are concluding this session by covering this much, and in the next session we will be doing the other remaining branches of auditing. Till then, stay safe and take care.